Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are going to be setting up some more automation for IC2 and also getting into Industrial Foregoing. So, I hope you guys are ready. So guys, I must say our tree farm is doing fabulous. I did go ahead and add some barrels here so that way this wouldn't get kind of, I guess, what do you call it, over encumbered or lose out its items and then something take its place. Apples I don't want taking its place, nor do I want saplings taking its place, because we are now getting saplings and everything being produced. So, take a look, we're actually building charcoal now. So, this thing is running off of charcoal, and it's actually building it, and it's also taking saplings and storing the saplings. You can see it all going through the pipe here, and it'll kind of get tangled up here a little bit, and then it'll finally spit the items out in the correct location. Well, a way we could probably fix this is to not use Buildcraft for this specific task. This might have been better with like some opaque item transport or something like that. That way we could have potentially filtered the furnace and maybe have left some things, you know, where they, you know, kind of left them inside this container. I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring out what we should technically do for all that. I just wanted to experiment with a little bit of Buildcraft, so you know, I did. Today we're going to start working on Industrial Foregoing. Or, if you remember, it's a throwback to an old mod. So, Industrial Foregoing here. There is a few things we need to get started with, and I want to use this to generate RF for right now. There is thermal, but I do thermal all the time. So, I think we'll leave thermal for a little bit later and use it for its own use case. But I want to go ahead and make the pitiful fuel generator. And there's going to be a reason for this. We also need to make some tin gears, so we're going to need some tin and some stone. Of course, we're going to have all those gears listed in the corner section here in a little bit. So let's go ahead and grab this. We also need some more cobblestone. I did go mining a little bit, so we should have that. I might as well go over here and just grab me a little bit of wood. Look at that. We have a little bit of wood there. Perfect. And that's just built up over time, which is super awesome. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab half that. I'm going to convert that into sticks. And then we're going to convert that into gears. I mean, we're going to need a lot of these gears later on anyways. So I might as well make them now. So there's 32. And we should have a little bit of tin. I think I have some tin built up over here, which means we technically need to start processing some more of that tin. Awesome. I have a little chest over here that I'm throwing some of this stuff in, not in particular all the tin stuff, but most of it. All right, we need a little bit of charcoal. So I'm going to go ahead and get this produced over here. And I'm going to leave a little bit in there just to kind of get this to do its thing. We could use Buildcraft pipes to pull out of the bottom here and automatically insert it into the electric furnace. That might be something that we can do. We do have another engine laying around. So we have a redstone engine, we have a pipe. Now, the problem is we could end up where we have too many items coming out of here. And yeah, that could get kind of messy, but I think this will be fine. It may be ugly right now, but it'll start to look good very soon. Let's go ahead and make a pickaxe. Since I've probably went through several iron pickaxes at this point. All right, let's go ahead and break down here. And I need this to pipe up and over all of this. I think that will look kind of cool. So let's get down here. This needs a link to the bottom, just like so. We're gonna hook a redstone engine up to it, and then of course we're gonna have to put a lever on the bottom of that redstone engine. So can I do this? Aha, I can. Perfect. All right, so the redstone engine, you can go here. Of course, it's automatically going to face the right side. We'll go ahead and put a lever on there. I'll go ahead and turn that on. I don't think it has anywhere to pipe, so it shouldn't pull anything out yet. I hope not. And we'll go ahead and we'll get this filled in. Perfect. All right, so I do want this to pull out. There are plugs right here that I think we should be able to make. So it's cobblestone. It's looks like it was gravel and dirt. Correct? No, it's gravel and cobblestone. So a little bit of gravel, which we should definitely have, and some cobblestone, and that will make us a plug. And I'll kind of demonstrate what these plugs are really used for. As you can see, yeah, it's starting to spit items everywhere. We don't want that to happen. So what we'll do is we'll take these plugs, and I'm going to plug these areas up so that way we don't have items going into them. Right? And we're going to repeat, we're going to get this going all the way through here. Let's carry this all the way over into here, which we have a little, just enough. Look at that. Perfect. So let's go ahead and plug this up because we don't want anything going here. And all the items should technically get routed all the way through, nice and slow, and eventually end up over here. Perfect. And you know, that's very, very simple item routing. Just like that for IC2 anyways. So these plugs are going to be very helpful, just preventing the connections. Very nice. Alright, so I'm going to let this do its thing. I'm going to let it work through. Of course, I'm going to need a bit more. Probably having a bat box, like I said, would really help with this. But we're going to be working on another mod that is hopefully going to help us get started very soon. I think it's time to go ahead and make a few things. So, one being this bad boy. We need a few machine casings. I think we're going to have one left over after we're done today. But let's go ahead and get back in here and make that pitiful fuel generator. Of course, this is getting started. This fuel generator is just going to give us some power to power our early machine. And so, before we can really do anything with Industrial 4 going, we really need this this generator to generate a little bit of RF. Later on, we'll be able to upgrade to things like the resourceful generator and some things like that. So, petrified fuel generator. That will be something that we'll also strive for later on as well. So, what do we need to get into this mod? Well, we need plastic, and we're going to need a lot of plastic. So the best way to do that is to get the tree fluid extractor. And I want to go ahead and make a few of these. I think I have some regular stone laying around in here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So I want to make 4 of these if I can. We have enough to make 2. What are we missing? Redstone? Ah, we got plenty. Plenty of redstone. So I want to make 4 of those, and then we need some way to process the latex that those things are going to produce. So we have a latex processing unit right here. And this is going to require a bit of redstone as well. Let's just go ahead and make that. Perfect. Latex processing unit and tree fluid extractors. Now, we're also going to need a way to pull the fluid out of the tree fluid extractors. I'm going to go ahead, because I don't think Industrial 4 Going has a specific way to route items. No, it relies on other mods. So the best way to probably do this is to, I'm going to use, I guess, thermal. Because I don't have any cactus yet, so I can't really use Buildcraft. But yeah, we should be able to use fluid pipes. I'll go ahead and I guess go pretty, I mean, we can use these fluid ducts, it's no big deal. We need a little bit of copper and glass. So we got plenty of that. And we really don't need too much of this. I'm going to make 2 sets. 2 sets of that stuff. We also need leadstone flux ducts to kind of send power around. So a little bit of lead. Do we have any lead processed? It doesn't look like we do. I think we're missing coal, for one thing. So now I think I have just about everything ready. I think last thing we were making was the leadstone flux ducts, right? And we needed to make a couple of those. I mean, they're not that important right now, but they will be used later on. I also went ahead and made an aqueous accumulator. We're going to be using that for water pumping. It's actually pretty easy to make. And I think that's about it. I think we need a bucket. Need to make another bucket, and we should be just about ready to get this party started. Alright, so this process is not going to go on inside. It is a rather big setup to have going. So I'm going to go ahead and just place it, and it's not permanent either. So let's go ahead and place this guy down. This is the latex processing unit. Directly underneath that, I'm going to have the aqueous accumulator. And I'll tell you why here in a little bit. So what we need is a couple sources of water to make an infinite water source. One on this side, and of course one on the other side. Perfect. This is going to be the aqueous accumulator main part, and I just have this open right here. We're going to place this down, and this should activate as long as it knows there's water nearby, and it will pull water infinitely, just like that. It'll also fill what's above it because it's configured to automatically export to the top. So as you can see, it has automatically filled this. Now, this thing is going to require some power, and it's also going to require a little bit of latex to work. Well, in order to get latex, we're going to have to set up a little bit of a system to do so. So back here, we place tree fluid extractor. I'll place one here, and here we're going to form like sort of a flower with it, because inside is going to go some logs. Well, let's go ahead and do this. Perfect. We have a bit of log. We'll place that down, and these are going to start extracting a little bit of latex very slowly, and it's also going to start to break this log. That's where these fluid ducts are going to come in handy, and we're going to route all of these fluid ducts together, and they're all going to input into here. But these will not just automatically pull the fluid out. We need servos on every single one of them. I would use a retriever, but we can't afford one yet. We do not have an ender pearl, so I will need to use 4 servos in order to get the max amount of latex out of each one of these. And we need to ignore the redstone signal on all of these to turn them on. And voila. We should be good. And as you can see, this is starting to pour a little bit of latex. There is some latex fluid in there. And it is starting to fill up in here. Now, the only thing we need to get this to finish is some power. And that's where that pitiful generator comes in handy. And we can just throw that into this mess. And we should be able to throw some coal into it, at least I thought. Burn time. Oh, it may only accept wood. So, just keep that in mind. Yeah, it looks like it only makes 15 RF a tick, and it only burns wood. But it is enough to get this thing going, and is enough to power it. So just keep that in mind, that we are going to need to have a little bit of wood, but of course we have an infinite amount of it, so we should not have to worry about it. This guy should be keeping up. As you can see, sometimes I have to do this. It's not a big deal. I think we'll get a system later on that will work a lot better than this. But it's still producing a lot of charcoal, which is what I want. I want to see a lot of that. I don't want to have to go mining for coal all the time. Alright, so we're just going to let this thing produce some tiny little rubber. As you can see, we can go over here, we can craft this. 18 of those are going to make 2 of these dry rubber pellets. If we come in here, or if we just put it in a regular furnace, this will cook up those dry rubber pellets and turn it into plastic sheets. And that's where we get into industrial foregoing and things start opening up. So if we want that resourceful furnace, right here, the resourceful furnace, we're going to need 4 sheets of plastic in order to make this thing. And that's where this plastic comes in handy. So, like I said, we're going to need a bit more, so we're just going to have to wait. And also, when a log breaks, like it did, we need to make sure we refill that log, and get that going. Now, a resourceful furnace is probably not the first thing that I want to make, because there is a block placer. And there's also a block breaker, but the block placer is really what I want. This guy doesn't really require power, I don't think. It might require power, but it's going to be fine. We'll be able to power it from here, and that's where our cables will come in handy. And I think it can place directly up, so if I place it down below and power it that way, and give it, fill it with something, it will maintain the log there, and we can kind of just let it do its thing, and this will just build up rubber over time, and we won't have to really worry about this setup. Alright, so to get that block placer made, we're going to need to go ahead and have a frame, which I have one right here. And yeah, we should be able to just make this thing, and there's our block placer. And I think I can place this guy facing a certain direction. I need to pull out our wrench. Can I not place it? I guess I can't place it upside down. So we may end up going with 3 of these fluid extractors instead of the amount we currently have, which is fine. As long as I'll be able to be here, it'll be fine. Maintain it. So that should work. I think we're going to have to rotate this. Right? Alright, so that should... Flip that one more time. Perfect. And that should place the blocks for us. Alright, and we need to go ahead and give this... Oh, I placed a tree fluid extractor. That's not what I need. I need the block placer. There we go. Oh, that's already set. Perfect. So yeah, this does require some power, so we are going to have to finagle our way down here. Go underneath that generator. And that's where those leadstone flux ducts are really going to come in handy. Kind of hide these cables, make them look nice. Bam, just like so. And there's nothing for it to connect to except for this last bit here. As you can see, that's going to start to power everything. Because this does have an internal buffer of 100,000 RF. Wow, this thing is pretty nice. I mean, for the amount of wood that you use for it, it does seem to maintain pretty well. But yeah, we just put the log in here. It should place it down. And these guys should go at it and have no issue whatsoever. At least as far as I know, they shouldn't have any issue. Yeah, there it goes. It just placed another one as soon as that one broke. And that's exactly what we want it to do. Because that thing should remain pretty self-sufficient. For the most part. You need to have one in there just for a buffer. But yeah, the more time we spend doing other things, I want to just make sure that this is really working well. Let's go ahead and turn this into some sticks. I don't know how long sticks burn. Maybe the sticks even burn for 15 RF a tick. I don't know. Maybe I bet it's 5 RF a tick for the sticks. We'll find out as it gets going. But yeah, this is actually producing the tiny rubber, which is awesome. And will allow us to get into some more advanced industrial foregoing machines, which is going to be really, really useful in the future because there's a lot of automation stuff you can do, including replacing our current tree farm setup with a little bit of a simpler and higher functioning setup that allow us to grow the trees a lot faster. So that is one of those. So yeah, this is 5 RF. So, you know, that works. 5 RF I think is probably enough to maintain this as well. But yeah, we are now gaining a bunch of plastic for industrial foregoing, which is awesome. So I've come down into my mine to kind of take our diamond pickaxe, and that's right, mine up some obsidian. Yeah, we're going to need a bit of obsidian to go ahead and make another portal, because here in just a bit, we're going to really need some glowstone. So I'm going to need a bit of glowstone, so that's why we're going to have to mine up some obsidian, get ourselves ready to go to the nether, and yep, that's what we're going to have to get done. Let's light this bad boy, and I will see you guys on the other side. So, right off the bat, you may notice we got one of the perfect spawns for some, but for me, I would have probably preferred to be out in the open a little bit, just so I have direct access to, you know, just hop in and hop out. I didn't want to be in here too long, so I'm just going to mine up just a few things. Of course, we do need some, you know, we need some netherrack, because some machines actually require you to make nether brick. And there's also some ore in here that is really cool. So if you want to do quarrying, this might actually be a really good option for quarrying. Just simply due to the amount of stuff. So as you can see, we are stuck in a cave. And yeah, like, what even? We're directly in the middle of a cave. We need to find a way out. So my best bet is probably just to dig a hole and hope that I don't hit any sort of hiccups, like hit lava or anything like that. Oh boy. Yeah, we need to find a way out of here. It does look like there's another cave system directly adjacent to where I'm at. But I mean, we're at Y level 16? Oh, we are really low to the ground. Like, we're probably under a bed of lava, to be honest. There is nothing here. I guarantee we are, like, near a bed of lava, being that low to the ground. So, the only way to test that, I guess, is to make a giant tunnel up. Oh boy. Yep, and there's automatically lava. So, problem with the nether. It's a bad boy. The lava flows so fast in the nether. I can't even. Stop. Stop. There we go. I don't know if it's just that spot that we just got really, really unlucky. Alright, you should really start to just dissipate. There's no need for this. There's no need. You're too bright. Too bright and shiny. I do hear a lot of lava. That's what I figured. Oh man, we are under a bed of lava. That is no bueno. That is no good. That is horrifying. Well, I guess I have to mine my way out of this one. Well, I guess we don't have to go too far. I went mining just to go to another area. And there's apparently glowstone underground? Oh, we're in a cave. Oh, so maybe I'm not too... I do know there is a solid sheet of lava above us. That I definitely know. But, I mean... Does this lead out? I doubt it. No, it just leads back down. Which I don't want to deal with too much, because... Yeah, this is only going to lead to some more issues down the road. So, my best bet is probably just to keep mining. Yeah. Oh, by the way, when you see these ores, like nether ore, we should be able to smelt it and it turns into another ore. And then, of course, we can use that to smelt down as well. So, yeah, can't beat that. Let's see. If we can get far enough over here, I would love to, like, at least see where we're at. It's like you don't know how close you are to... Like, if it becomes solid here, I'm gonna try and mine up. It's like lava pools, they can only go so far. And I don't hear lava anymore. I do hear lava. Okay, so we're not far enough. I have to get to a point where I can't hear lava anymore. And then I'll know I'm clear. Finally, I was able to get out of that hole. And this is the nether that I'm in. This is a terrible looking nether. Oh my. I'm kind of horrified. So yeah, my hole is right here. I need to kind of get that lit up. You can also set waypoints right here. So I'm going to add a waypoint, and this is going to be gold. And that's going to be my tunnel back home. And I need to make sure that that stays marked, otherwise I will get easily lost. So I need to grab some magma blocks while I'm here. I technically should have brought a bucket so I could have grabbed a bucket of lava, but that's okay. No big deal. We can get lava in the overworld. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of come up here and just at least see where I'm at, because man, this is awful. And like the tunnel, like my home is like way over there, like my portal is way that way. So yeah, this is just a nasty mess just to get here. Big nasty mess. Look at this. I gotta take this tunnel all the way down, and that tunnel leads all the way down there to my nether portal. So yeah, this was a long trip. Very long trip. It's a little bit rainy out ever since I got back from the nether. I guess it didn't like the fact that I was over there, but you can see, man, I love the way rain looks. Super nice. But anyways, while we're underneath here, staying out of the weather, I want to go ahead and make myself a block breaker. This is going to be very handy. We're going to use this very soon. What my ultimate goal is to make sort of a battery that is going to replace, or not really replace our generator, but it's going to take the place of our generator, so that way we can run some power through and hopefully have a little setup in here that will allow us to kind of automate a little bit of EU power. And to do that, we're going to need a recycler. So let's go and take this recycler. We need dirt, we need a compressor, and the compressor, which we don't actually have a compressor, but it's not too bad to make. Just going to require a little bit of iron. Let's go ahead and grab that. So of course, 8 of these make iron, or make one of those blocks. Just like that. And this is going to require an electronic circuit, which requires some copper. I think I have enough. So like this, we'll get us 6 of those. And I definitely have enough rubber, because I've been saving up for that. So there's all of our rubber. And last but not least, we need another iron plate, which I think... Oh, I don't have one. I gotta make one. Okay. Just another iron plate, and voila. We have an electronic circuit. Alright. So, only other thing we need now is a little bit of stone. Plain old stone. And we have a compressor. Nice. But I need to make a recycler, and that's going to require a piece of glowstone, which I think I have stored in here. That's what we just went and got. And some dirt. Perfect. And voila, we have a recycler. Now, the recycler is going to need some cable. It's also going to need some way to pipe items. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to feed cobblestone into the recycler using our block breaker. Right? And then from there, the recycler is going to have its items transported into the generator, because the things that the recycler makes can be turned into power, right? Which is going to be really nice, because we have a cobblestone generator now. And that will pretty much allow us to get near, a little bit of infinite or automated power for IC2, which is going to be very, very handy. So a bat box is something that we definitely need to make. Regular old battery, regular old bat box. And this is going to require just a little bit of tin. And that's about it. So I guess 6 tin cable, which we already have a bunch of tin cable. We just need to cover it like so. And yeah, we just have to take some tin and smash it down a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and get a bat box made, and then we're going to get some things going. So I have pretty much everything going. I went ahead and made another pitiful fuel generator to power our block breaker. And I just have a regular cobblestone generator setup going on back here. Very simple. I have a little hole down here. We're going to use that to put the items into our recycler in the back. So let's go ahead and get that all set up. So we have our recycler. Let's go ahead and take this guy. And we're going to have a bat box in here. So I'm going to put the recycler, I guess we'll put the bat box in the back area. Recycler go here. We're going to route some cables through this back area. So maybe having a window here wasn't the best idea, but we gotta get stuff going. So with that bat box, we need to get our generator out. So let's go ahead and grab a wrench. And we'll pick up our generator. Now that should pick it up and leave it normal for us. We're going to go ahead and place this. Now, I'm going to link down in the description below. There's a video where I got this idea from. Very, very awesome. Very short, about 5 years old. Very, very old video. But it still should work to this day. So there shouldn't be an issue there. All right, so I think I have this the right direction. We're going to find that out here in a little bit. But the bat box basically stores energy for you. We are going to need some copper cable, and we're going to insulate that. And we're going to need 2 of them. One on each side of the bat box. Because one's going to go to the generator, and the other is going to connect to your recycler. We're also going to need a pipe here, because we're going to be piping cobblestone into this. I'm still debating on whether or not I should. I think I'm going to use just regular item ducts. That might be the best thing to do. And we'll use opaque item ducts, which is tin and lead. So, don't I have some tin? I should have some lead in here, unless I used it all for lead. I bet I did. Oh wait, no I didn't. I have it right here. Okay, so we have tin and lead, which should allow us to make some opaque item ducts. That should be plenty. And we're going to need servo for that. So, very simple there. At least 1 servo. And that should get us the items from our Cobblestone Gen into here. So let's go ahead and hook those cables up. So the item duct will go here. Of course, we don't want it connecting. We'll get a wrench for that here soon. But we should just be able to pipe this directly into there, like that. And down on the very bottom, we need to hook our servo in. So we'll slap our servo on and turn it on. And that should start putting cobblestone in here pretty slow, because this cable, of course, is very slow. I don't know if Buildcraft pipes would be better or not. You know, I don't really know. It is going to pull items out, though. Man, maybe too slow. These opaque are pretty slow. As you can see, there went 16. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I think Buildcraft might actually be better in this case. But let's just go ahead and get this started first, just to make sure that this is going to work. All right, we also need to run this cable over here, meaning we need another servo. And this is going to pull scrap out. And it's going to insert scrap into our generator, generating power, and completing this loop and charging this bat box. All right, let's get a little bit of fuel in here first to see, is it charging the bat box? It is. Okay, so that means this is getting power, which means this is now going to start processing the scrap. The scrap should end up over here. It doesn't generate scrap all the time, but from the video, it should generate just enough. Also, you can utilize this method in other ways. If you had EU power, you can convert that into RF power by generating some scrap that way. I don't know if it's the most efficient way to do it, but this should technically generate a little bit. If not anything, you're generating scrap. So we'll just have to see. So all in all, I think this is working. Now I do need to figure out how to get power out of the sides of the bat box, because it doesn't seem like the way I have my power set up that's working. I thought you can output from the sides, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's only this side that will accept an output of power, which means technically we are getting a net gain, which is perfect, but I don't think it's going to be enough to maintain these two machines running at the same time. Yeah, it's going to significantly get drained, but we do have a way to generate just a little bit of scrap every now and then. If I want to turn this off and just generate, you know, scrap just to maybe get some lucky items, because you can see the scrap box loot pool, and there are, you know, a few items that are very nice that you can get, but the majority of the items you're going to get, it's probably going to be junk. You know, you never know. You never know. But there's not that much in there, so maybe not. But like I said, there's super low chances on a lot of that stuff. But as you can see, every now and then, we are generating a little bit of power that way. And, I mean, overall, it seems to be working pretty decent. Later on, we'll have better ways of generating power. Of course, we can still throw coal in there. And now we can throw more coal in here because we have a battery that this power is not going to be wasted. This fuel's not going to be wasted. It's going to go into this battery. And which is going to make this a lot nicer, so we can start getting our ores fully processed, and we can sit back and relax while that happens. So yeah, no need for this crazy machine anymore. We can just throw a bunch of coal in here, let this battery build up, which will hold quite a bit of EU. You can see right here, 40,000. And yeah, just let it build up as everything else works. And I think it even charges your armor, if I believe, or charges your items if you have anything that needs to be charged. But yeah, for right now, this is working out, guys. Well, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, I hope you did. Please give this video a huge thumbs up. And also don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Guys, I will see you in the next episode. As always, thanks for watching.